Hi, I want to miss this streaming. Okay, let's just first check this video, whatever. Check this new Microsoft Surface powered by Intel, which is x86 variant of Surface Pro 11, right? Let's just try to check the video, okay? Now first, okay, so this says it's 20 plus hours, 22 plus hours, right? It's not in 20 plus, it's 22 plus, whatever. It is 14 hours now. I've seen this 22 hours become 20 hours. Yeah, 20 hours, then you have 15 hours. So now, the shitty part with this machine is that it's super expensive. Okay, the people talk about Lunar Lake. Lunar Lake is just nowhere as people promised. Okay. No. It's super expensive. It's the price. Where's the price? The price is $40,090. Yep. Well, this should cost 15 grand. 1500 grand. Can we check the price here? Yep. See. Just the same machine costs you $400. $400, bro. And these people are telling me the battery life must be good. x86 is all you want. It says battery life is all good. Battery life is good. Battery life is good. And if I'm saying that it's not, then you can say, oh, the battery life is pretty similar, right? The battery life is similar. But just go and check it. Or just check this video, okay? No, we'll just check this part, okay? You can watch the video
on this machine
for the entire video.
And it's the M2 Max.
See, here's the Lunar Lake we have here. It's just they're bulking me to buy the $794 of Snapdragon Surface laptop, Snapdragon X Elite 13 Plus, which is this one. Okay, for twice much as battery life, bro, and you have to pay twice much money. I don't think it's just twice much, right? You also need to pay the keyboard. The machine itself is how much dollars is it? Oh yeah, 1500. So plus a keyboard, right? You need a keyboard, right? You need that 300 flex keyboard. Maybe it's a cheaper one. It'll just take you whatever, 1700. And that is nearly 2.5 times the price of my Surface laptop which is right, the Snapdragon one. Is that with better battery life? No, this is what you get. Okay, this is what you get. Half the binary battery life. Okay. This is just false. I mean, these are just false. I mean, these people have no idea what they're talking about. This is disappointing. Right? Because the battery life is only half of it. The battery life is nowhere as good as Intel claimed. Of course, Qualcomm also lied about a lot of things. One thing is their GPU. They absolutely lied. I guess they lied about the GPU performance. But the battery life itself, Intel just getting beaten by the ARM machine, the fucking ARM machine. Right. So now you might say just you just heard a lot of people say, I don't know, I just think it is the same. I can guarantee you it's not. Now, if you remember, I talked of this problem before, which is the STD span is not zero cost on Microsoft API, right? I've talked that before. It was I who said that. Because now, if you go to the calling convention part, right, it is always larger. I would say GCC one. Yeah, I want to see the GCC because the GCC code, like GCC or CLAN. Okay, so if we see just passing STD span, the x86 has this problem because on Windows you have this calling convention that causes problem. I don't think we have the same issue if we put to ARM, right? AX64 Linux GNU. And we don't have the API because, well, it's just that, right? We just see Windows MSPC, okay? Let's see. But we don't have the header. I think we don't have the header because it doesn't have the header. So let's just assume we have a span, okay? The span we have, which is span, we have two members, right? We have the base and the length, which is basically we're gonna do that. We're gonna just check what the cogent would look like. Sister lib. I don't think we don't have sister lib, but we can using size t equals size type, right? So we should be able to see the instruction here. What's wrong with it? Oh, maybe it has nothing to do with it. Will we be able to do this? STD span. STD span. Did that just not because we did not add something here? Let's just do Ansan Lang Lang. I don't. Let's just choose Ansan Lang Lang. This should work out, right? Right? Why not? It's clone. Fuck you. Is this process? Gosh. Oh, maybe it's because this one. Well, we should be able to see what the hell is going on. Okay, we can do it locally. We will just do it locally, the same program. We can see it doesn't matter. I have the code here. We can do it locally. Let's just check the instruction with Windows, okay? Let's just try to check with instruction with Windows. Just to put on desktop, it doesn't matter. bestbuy.com. I don't want the .com, okay? Just go Best Buy. Thank you. So we're gonna compile it with client. Where's the config file? Yes, here we should have the config file, right? d/cfg. We need to generate assembly. Okay, we need assembly. std equals c. Yeah. It's a little bit slow because I guess need some caching here. The compiler, it's not hot. The CPU, the Windows is caching the file. Hello, x86. And we have AX64, AX64 Windows. Now, we just check the instruction, okay? What the hell is going on? Okay, I understood. I did not put instruction here. CSV, MS, CVVA. Should be able to see include span and CSTD and CSTD-EF. Okay. Let's just check assembly. Hello x86. We also need x86, right? It's actually x64 because it's not x86. Notepad. x64. No. Here we see it, right? See here. Now, if I'm using span on x86, it's the same thing. It's Windows, okay? If you look at on ARM, it's just a B here, right? It's just a B here. If I have a function, it's just called B. If we're on x86, we have, because it's Windows, right? So on Windows, the calling convention says the span has to be put in memory. So it needs to push into the register, pushing the memory with XSM. It's actually using the factorized register, then push it again, then call it. Then we'll do another jump and do the same thing. Well, if you look at ARM, it just do B. We're talking Windows, okay? It is using Microsoft ABI. So it's Windows MSVC, okay? Even using GNU, it was same issue. So just by calling convention, you are losing. And you like registers. Right? How could you tell me it's good? Let's just see CGC. Let's just see the binary side, okay? See the binary side, because today I haven't upgraded, but if you look at it last time we upgraded. x86 is always larger. It's not just the calling convention part, it's also x86 is always larger, right? It's always larger than its counterpart. Even on RISC-V is already pretty big if you compare to long arc and AX64, Linux or 64. Long arc is very close to AX64 because AX64 has this multi instruction, which is actually two instructions, but they coupled with each other. Long arc doesn't have that instruction. So long arc, and also I think there's some optimization bugs with long arc because long arc is by Chinese, right? They don't have enough time and have as much time as ARM is doing. The ARM ecosystem is doing, but you can see the instruction size is pretty close. And if you look at RISC-V, because RISC-V, I've told that before, RISC-V is terrible. I say it's much larger. If you look at x86, it's always larger than any of them, right? If you look at AXE for Linux, larger than both of them. Android is also larger than ARM. The Windows is also larger than ARM, right? So no matter which part you are talking about, it is always larger. Now, if you look at the, for example, WAVM, I just put it here. You can always check it. Just go and check the binary side. Okay, those are alpha compression, which means the actual gap is probably even larger. You can see x86 is always larger than its counterpart, right? It's very consistent for every, I say, for every platform. Well, sure, you might say it's just Windows thing, but we know APX, they didn't put APX here, right? Intel APX, because it lack registers. Because of lack of registers. So x86 64 only has 16 registers. If you look at OpenSSL, they have to basically push a lot of factorization register to whatever junk instead of just doing the stuff, which is called very slow, and it's pretty annoying for me to optimize fast I/O because I need to do SHA-512 efficiently, and I basically have to do a lot of shit just for x86 for no reason, because it lack registers. The register number is just too small. The 16 is too small. Plus, they only use 4 registers for calling convention. That's what I did just present this calling convention called WinCall. I think it just should, Windows 12 should contain this one called WinCall. It's just so bad that I have to propose a calling convention myself, but I don't know whether Microsoft and Intel will care. They will probably not care at all. Because this needs effort to just do that. You need to recompile code now, right? Maybe it's even easier to just go to ARM now, because we don't know how much these people can talk about. Okay, and if you look at it, just calling convention, because it just not have registers. I talked that before on Microsoft API, right? It's the calling convention is so bad, right? It's just so bad. This is x86 only issue. x86 calling convention, Windows, no, calling convention. '64. Yeah, this Windows x86 calling convention. It doesn't work for ARM. I thought it works for ARM too, but no, it works for x86. Only x86 only, okay. So it's an x86 only problem. So it said any argument that doesn't fit into 1248 must be past references. That is the part of the problem, because we know that typesets do span string view, they are 16 bytes. So based on the law, it's passed by references, and also it has a very strict one-to-one correspondence, which means even you're putting empty object, which is very like C++, maybe wrapper type, calling wrapper type, something like that. They're going to use it to do functional overloading, but that is based on the calling convention. It consumes another register. Actually, it already lacks a register, but you are using one more register, you know. So it's just all these. It's not just I'm not a cheap guy, but think of it. Just this part, just lack registers plus the terrible calling conventions, you've already lost huge compared to your counterpart. We're not talking about other part that just consuming the battery life, but the parser. I don't know whether the parser is that easy to write or not. I don't know. Right? I guess it's probably not that good. But that's not even the point. Think of it. You're losing performance for every part compared to your competitors. How do you even win the battery life? I'm just putting on I'm not even talking about the hardware itself. Just this part. I mean, now you might say Intel makes better chips than Qualcomm. I'm not convinced with that, because Qualcomm is a big player in the phone market, right? They clearly they may do this general sucks. Maybe they're not doing as good as Apple, agree. But to say that they will just be much worse than Intel to the point that it can just eliminate this gap, I'm not convinced with it. You can make the argument for Chinese architecture manufacturers like Longsong. They have the long arc machine. I know this is a very good architecture. I've talked about it for many times. But that is because the US put sanctions on it. It's not because their company is not doing well. Right? If they have the access to the TSMC chip, I can guarantee you that it will beat all this Apple Silicon shit. Right? The ARM bomb and RISC-V bullshit. But think of it. We're just talking about x86 compared to ARM. You have all your everything you're losing performance. Every time you're losing performance, you're losing battery. You're doing this and that. How could you even compete with it with ARM? You just cannot. You just cannot compete. I'm sorry to say that. You're just impossible to compete. The Windows needs to do a lot. Okay, the Windows actually needs to do huge just to fix this problem. It's not just the program needs to compile. The Windows kernel needs to be recompiled with the APX, with the new calling convention. And also it needs to probably break some old hardware. The old hardware will not be used. Even this machine I'm using now will be deprecated. It may be supported for another 5 years, whatever. But after Windows 12 comes out, maybe even this machine will be completely obsoleted because of lack of APX. But if you don't move to APX, then x86 is basically dead. I will tell you it's dead. But we also know it's not just the technology issue, we have the economic issues right here. We have Intel, Windows is doing, Microsoft is doing extremely poor with the stock, and Intel is not doing good either. Right? Intel is cut their revenue for half. Intel is a big crisis. We talk about Intel Alliance. Windows is going to survive if Intel dies out. Because if you just equivalent Windows to x86, then if x86 dies out, Windows would die out. Because Intel is doing very, very poorly right now. Will they have the resources to put APX here? I doubt so, because they've already cut down the x86S, right? You still have to go to the real mode, from the real mode to the long mode, and to the practical mode and the long mode. They don't get simplified because Intel removed that part. The APX chips is not in the Lunar Lake. Lunar Lake doesn't have chip. Lunar Lake, and Intel said Lunar Lake is too expensive. This is important, but Intel said Lunar Lake is too expensive. Okay, they will only make one generation. That's just so bad it is. Okay, let's just go back to check the comment section. That's just terrible comment section. Let's say it, okay. Now, it says the Windows. No, it's not a face. I recall that it's not a face. Right? I mean, these people are just saying we have no apps, but they never said what apps. It's so determined that most people cannot buy it. Or they may share some niche program, but that applies to iPad too. Why would a lot of people buy the iPad? You don't have these programs. They say Auto CAD, whatever. They kind of junk shit too. And there's no reason to say that Auto CAD won't support Windows on ARM in the future either. They would never support our iPad, but people still buy it. And people, there's a huge benefit just against progressive web app. I don't know why. Right? I've talked about the progressive web app for a very long time, for some time now. Real programs. Yeah. No more Snapdragon. Reasonable price pro. I don't think that the regional price is just Microsoft's fault for saying that it's business only. The Intel said Lunar Lake is too expensive to build. They will only make one generation of it. That's their own words. If you don't believe me, that's their own words. It's good for TikTok. It's good for TikTok. And these people don't even know how to compile things, you know. I mean, there's a huge chunk of just anti-ARM the sentiment in Windows ecosystem. I understood that it's not because of ARM itself. It's because Microsoft makes its poor decisions in the previous generations of ARM. Well, it's not actually with ARM, with all the business decisions like walled garden, Surface RT, which is completely locked down machine. The lockdown part is the problem, right? They just lock down, focus on. You don't. So it's just a bunch of saying, XDC, what do we want? The conversation is also worse. I'll say battery life. It's battery life. They have good battery life. They have good battery life. It's not little behind, okay? It's huge behind. It's only half. Right? Just the battery we've seen the benchmark, and it's just huge difference. I can guarantee you, after a month, you will see people say, "Oh, Lunar Lake is actually still that terrible. It's not saving us." That's what you're gonna say. That's what you're gonna see. We can see after a month. You're gonna see Lunar Lake is nowhere as Intel promised, as we see. And next year, now you might say maybe Microsoft and Intel could actually get fixed, but get the calling convention fixed. But we also have the new player, which is NVIDIA. The NVIDIA is would produce the Windows ARM laptop, that kind of thing. How do you compete with NVIDIA? For gamer, I mean, if NVIDIA is making chip, making the thing here, they would, right? And if they made their graphics card to be ARM only, Windows only, and probably even just not the top part is only, it's just maybe it's cheaper if you buy the CPU and GPU together, bundle them together. Would this game support it? Of course they would, right? So these are no problems. ARM forced Intel to make this CPU more efficient. Gosh. These people just think it's just ARM and Intel's and AMD's problem. No. Okay. Microsoft is also responsible for the terrible battery life of it. Right. The calling convention is part, and you could argue that a lot of bloatware, they also will add a lot of problems because I can guarantee you the calling convention plays a huge part, because if I use Windows with my Surface Pro 6, the battery is so burned my machine, and I have to install Linux on it. The battery is just so bad with Windows. It's just so bad, terribly bad. If you're not using desktop is probably okay, because nobody really cares. You're just plugging them it's all the time, and you don't touch it, so the temperature is not an issue for you either, and it usually has much larger space for the airflow for the fan to rotate to. Basically, I don't like to use a laptop at all. But so these people are just dumb. Okay. They should. These people buying a laptop for $4,000. Is that a studio or something? Is that a big laptop studio? It's actually not studio. It makes more probably like it's just probably this guy's in India saying that it becomes more than Apple. Gosh, it's. I mean, what do you think of Microsoft versus Apple? Apple is just doing great. I mean, it's just doing great. It's not has nothing to do with whether it's manufactured in workplace, right? And actually beat. I think it actually beat the because they have the Mac Pro. And also, people do more and more work with their phones. These people just think, oh, we only use it for work. Also, say no choice. Consumer needs choice. That's very ridiculous. There's no choice. But I just went to Best Buy last time. Just tons of x86 laptop. Just every x86 laptop with NVIDIA graphics chip. They probably cost over 1,000, not just 1,000, a huge number. And he's telling me there's no option, bro. I would like to see how many people actually buy how many in the stores of whatever Best Buy, whatever they would sell ARM machine. And he's complaining, bitching about there's this choice. What buying ARM is not a choice. He's just threatened by ARM basically. He says I'm not doing choice. Keeping both. Right. You have tons of options. You don't need to necessarily buying machines from Microsoft. You don't need to. Right? You don't actually need to. Microsoft has a lot of license with Lenovo, Dell, HP, whatever. Tons of manufacturers, PC manufacturers, are out there. And you're telling me there's no option for x86. It's just a joke. I mean, it's a complete joke. That's exactly happened. They put the money for 1,500 grand, and they're mad about the price. They bought mad about the price. And with terrible battery life, and these people complaining about prices. If Microsoft and Intel, they don't work together to actually put Windows 12 with coding convention and change all the torches, recompile Windows, doing a lot of extra stuff just to fix Windows on x86, it's hopeless. Would you think Microsoft would do that with the incompetent CEO like I talked about yesterday, the Satya Nadella? The Microsoft stock literally crashed down 6% today. Would you think that would happen? How would that happen? Every operating system x86 is always larger than its ARM counterpart, to the point I don't want to use it anymore. Now, then you tell me x86 is all good. I know there are people concerned that maybe moving to ARM will become walled garden, but actually it has nothing to do with walled garden, right? You can do the same thing with locking down Windows on x86 too. We have Windows S mode. Just recently they have a Windows 365 Link computer, right? That's just a cloud machine, but it's running x86 on that one. It's a locked down x86 machine, right? The Windows 365 Link computer. So what are you even talking about? So I mean, even Apple didn't do that. So I mean, if they want to lock down, even they don't go to ARM, they will lock down. If they don't want to lock down, if they go to the ARM, it will not get locked down. Okay, so they are two different things. So please don't mess up with each other. But we have to say it's a complete shit show, right? Windows recall, then put this junk with AI ready, whatever service run with a cheap expensive business, whatever. We can review a month later. We can see what's the result here. I guess most people will not be happy. The people will buy screwed. Feel like it's not the battery life is nowhere as promised as Intel promised, and they're not gonna say it's, and the price would be very expensive, right? The price is also ridiculous. They're not getting good battery life. They are not getting and the worst part is that Intel is going to make APX chip laptop next year. So you're buying a laptop which is lack of general purpose registers, one generation after, just a year later. So your basically laptop become obsolete in just this year. In the end of this year, it's not even next year, I think. It's this year. We're gonna see the Lunar Lake become obsolete because lack of API instruction set. The extension, the 16 more general purpose registers. That's it. So I'm gonna stop streaming here. Just it. If you wanna subscribe, you just go subscribe, right? Yeah, or you could just go and check all the shit show. What about truth in Reddit? What secret Reddit? What the fucking Reddit is saying? What the Lunar Lake is saying? What's the Lunar Lake surface? I guess they're gonna complain about pricing. They're gonna complain about pricing. Price. The price is insane. I'm pretty. Yeah, I agree. The GPU is much better. I agree. I absolutely agree. I think the Snapdragons probably have a very terrible GPU, but it costs twice much. I'm gonna do that. No, just for business. Much longer, much longer, much longer. The pricing. Stuck with Intel, stuck with Intel, stuck with Intel. Let me see exam soft. What is a exam soft? What is exam soft? this support progressive web app? I do think this supports progressive web app now, right? Stick with it there. So students who already own student debt and then put another 700 for this one. Just you can run in broad browser, I think. Yeah, they do have progressive web app, bro. You're telling me something that has progressive web app and tell me it doesn't have progressive web app. I'm just showing you right now with progressive web app. You're telling me exam safe. What a liar. These people are liars. No. Yeah, that's exactly. I mean, all the people who the people who never use it will hate it, and people who use it love it. I never expected it to be the battery life to be so good, but actually it is. Sure, the initial setup is a little bit annoying because of bucket Windows, and you would get the same shit with Intel too. But actually, it just work out. It just works for me. So it's just insane. I mean, that's the fun part is that when these people are talking about all the apps here, what I get is let me see what. Yeah, we have exam portal. Can we go and log in my university? Where's the one? Oh, I can actually install it, right? Okay, I can actually log in. So exam soft, it has a progressive web app, and that guy is telling me there's no progressive web app. What shit? What is he even talking about? So these people have no idea what they're talking about. Or then do the fear mongering say, well, it doesn't support this, it doesn't support that. But all these things they said, I mean, app support. When they talk about app support, you just always check whether they have progressive web app, and just you see, oh, progressive web app. It works now, right? It just works out. Let me check as a student. Okay, I'm gonna check the student account. I'm gonna generate suggest a password. Suggest a strong password. Remember me? Signing. No bother. Doesn't matter. See, here's the part. All their complaints say it doesn't support this, doesn't support it. It's just false because we have exam soft, right? And I'm just showing you here, right? I'm just showing you the app here. It's an instant. I mean, they had to because some students just use iPad. They use Android phone, whatever. They cannot use PC. Of course, they're gonna make progressive web app, right? So it's just insane. Neither, bro. Neither AMD is better. Streaming. It's just shit over. Okay, so they're wrong. Okay, go and check progressive web app, and I really hope everyone has a very good experience with progressive web app, because with progressive web app we can actually defeat these big tax monopoly. They were not going to monopolize anything. That's it. Subscribe. Oh, here we have viewers. 2 more viewers. Okay, anyone just putting the chat here? Anyone here? I'm gonna talk. Anyone here? No one's here? Yep. So it just shit show, right? It, oh, here we have, yeah. Edit video, whatever. Just get it done. Okay, so let's just stop streaming. Thank you. And also, there's one thing that is something that Windows ARM could do that XCDC couldn't do, is that I could actually, it's opposite, right? Now I can just write my program that works on Android, and all my devices, all ARM devices, by Surface, Oculus Quest 2, by VR, by Raspberry Pi, they all can use the same binary now, the same Windows binary, because it supports ARM, right? Supports Windows ARM. Let me check whether we can just put my Pixel 9 phone. I'm just showing you the Pixel 9 phone, okay? We're gonna run Windows binary. SSHD, Pixel, let me check Pixel phone, okay? Where's my Pixel phone? Pixel 9. Oh, we do go here, okay? Yes. Password. I didn't put SSH. I should put SSH in there. I'm going to do it later, okay? I'm not going to risk any credential. Upgrade the torrent. I'm going to using Microsoft's own torrent on this Android phone. If you don't believe it's Android, we can just check UNAMR. Oh gosh. Looks like I still need to put the fucking SSH in it. Let me hide for screen for several times. I'm gonna put I'm gonna ensure although I'm gonna ensure there's no security law issues. So I have to just do this first. Wait a second. Okay. I'm gonna put the credential over here. Swiss key. This should work out. Okay, again, go back to C. Go back and check it. Gonna duplicate one. Okay, duplicate one with Raspberry Pi. Gonna call it a Pixel 9, which is Google Pixel phone, Pixel 9. Okay, it's called. And we put the port here, right? We need to put port here. No. I haven't upgraded the torch. I need to do it right now because I'm upgraded to LVM 21 now. Also, wine needs to recompile either, but I'm going to do that later. See, EX64 is Windows ARM. Okay, Windows ARM, Windows could do. Also, I have this one too. Yeah. Of course, we have x86. We have ARM. For sure, we have ARM. Right? Pixel 9. Should work out. Why so slow? Everything just doing things slow. This phone, I guess it's because of this problem. So if we want to ensure the performance, we need to always keep the screen on, okay? Because it's gonna run very low CPU frequency if we don't with phone. Because it's not it's a word garden device, right? One version. one version, right? I hope it doesn't do this. But client, yep, client 21. Now, so the thing first, very interesting that we can do now do wine client V, okay? LVM 21. Here's our binary. We can go and check file binary client ++.exe. Client ++. Okay, it's now torching. It's hormone torching. Okay, it's symbolic link to that. So we're gonna check client. See, it's ARM, right? ARM64 Windows binary. Now we can go here and we'll check it. Check this Windows binary. It's Windows binary, right? Windows.exe. Here's the part that's just super interesting. Is that Windows or ARM binary works on Android phone natively with wine. Are you telling me it's useless? I mean, that's the reason why I could adopt it so quickly. It's because I have this. I program on my phone with Windows ARM every day. ARM Windows has basically become daily driver for everything, including. I think I did a compile yesterday with Windows binary. Right, but now, see here is LVM 20, right? We're gonna use client, wine client or client, whatever you want. We can use client first, right? Config, home. Right, this is Windows ARM, okay, on Android phone. I think I should use unam A to unam R or unam A, unam, yeah, it's Android, right? Unam, yeah, Android, right? We're using Android phone, Android 14. It's a Linux distribution with Linux the kernel 6.1. Yep. Now here we are upgrading to LVM 21 now. See, you're telling me it's useless. Just try LVM obj dump or file. Just use file command. ARM Windows. Now, I have another Raspberry, right? I have another Raspberry. We can do the same thing. This Raspberry is using GDC. Now, so we're gonna show something why this thing is so good. We're gonna download all. I'm gonna download all here. Raspberry, right? We can download all. Download everything. Download x86, ARM, Linux, whatever you want. And here the binary. The Windows on ARM binary, it works on all my machine, including laptop. I did use a laptop because I want to stream the OBS. I don't want to do the interpolation, and I want to use it in external microphone. And here we're gonna check it. Nothing, right? Hey. I mean, if you buy S&P 5, don't buy individual stock. Don't put your money in fucking Nvidia. Sure, you may make a lot of money. I'm not denying that, but you're gonna lose a lot of money too. Just buy S&P 500. Just buy this one called SPLG. Okay, buy this one. Okay, just buy it. Don't buy individual stock. So here's the funny part. Is that if I compile Android application, I'm using Android, right? So I'm gonna compile Android application or Linux application, whatever. You can compile Linux. It's not going to work. It's only going to work on Android. Do they have Android here? Does it have Android? Linux Android. What do we have? Android. It should be lib C++. ex64. Oh, it doesn't have Linux Android. Oh, here we have it. We do have that. We do have deep C++. Okay. Here we have Android, right? We have Android. Can we run this with Android binary on the Raspberry Pi? Of course not. Why? But if I just SCP, no, we can try it. We can try it in this binary whether we want. Okay. Yep. Go back to our Raspberry Pi. It's our ARM. Yeah, we have the Android. The Raspberry Pi, okay. Can we be able to run this one? No, we cannot do this because they have different libc. Can we do LDD? LDD? No, we cannot do LDD probably. It just doesn't have these binary. You have invalid ELF header. What we can do instead is SCP Windows binary. This is Windows ARM binary. The people think, oh, Windows ARM is useless. It's useless. Windows ARM is useless. If they kill this thing, I'm going to say they are useless. Okay. So I have this binary working on Raspberry Pi, on my Android phone. Here we can also make it. I think I've already copied here. We have this binary here, right? Yeah, it's ensure it's GDPC. We're gonna do clan ++. Okay. See, here's GNU here. We have clan 2. It's gonna take some while. Take some time for LVM. Wow, this is so slow. Raspberry Pi is even slower than phone, bro. I'm just using a network server, right? Using the Raspberry Pi as a network server. Oh, I also microphone troubles. What is the microphone good or not? Is there any issues? I want to make it better by this microphone. Yeah. No. See, here's GNU here, right? Here, our Android phone is Android, right? Is Android. And if we try this wine construct F-stream, Linux application doesn't work, right? Android application, it cannot use it. Opposite doesn't work either. But we can do this, right? So the wine needs some time to boot up, okay? Because it's upgrading with some time. I need to recompile wine. I don't know how to compile the GPU driver. Okay. The GPU driver. They're telling me it's useless, but I can run Windows binary or ARM binary with all the machine here. Copy the file. Oh gosh, see, it's just so slow. The thing is so slow. Can I cancel it? I'm gonna wait here because this shit is just so slow. Oh, okay. Successfully copied. I'm installing it because I just compiled LVM 21 today because we have LVM 20 clan 21 now, right? So actually now I can just use that machine to do native compilation and then copy files here. Even Microsoft Visual C++, whatever. Right? You told me it's useless. Use this cross-torture, whatever. Yeah, I think I do have that. Right? We can use a Microsoft Torch to see what's going on. Okay. Can we use a Microsoft Torch? Okay, we should have that. One board in it. Let it board. Okay, down. Okay, we have Android now. Yeah. See here, we compiled on our Android phone. Here's our Android phone, right? Here's our Android phone with the same binary. They're literally the same binary. Right? You can see the identities here. It's the same. And it works here. Right. Let me try the native fast IO. We have fast IO here. The library, fast IO library. Fast IO. We're gonna try ARM, okay? No, not here. I don't think here. Sometimes I just got messed up with because I see I just yeah. Okay, we just use this to compile. Okay. See whether can I use Windows torch here, and make it work on Windows on ARM. Right? They said Windows ARM is useless. Okay. cl.eox, right? Right? I'm just calling it this, right? Well, theoretically, the right man should be AX64, but doesn't matter. Oh, Microsoft doesn't allow here, right? It needs to say it's just do this. C++ latest GLMD. Yep. Yeah, binary is down. Now we cannot run this here because it's ARM binary. Construct a stream from Cisco. Yeah, ARM. Let's just copy here to the Raspberry or to the Android phone, whatever. What about copy to Android phone first? Pixel 9. I think is something like this. P2 Pixel 9. Yeah. Yeah, we've successfully done that. Let's go back to our phone. Our Google Pixel phone, right? We have this binary here. Now we should be able to see Microsoft Visual C++. They even have older C++ standard library than I do, right? Yeah, I'm using 2025 one. They're using 2024, which is even older than ours. But you see the point. The point that I made here is that now with Windows ARM, I can actually making the Android phone to run those binaries. And cross-platformly. And using with Microsoft own torching, okay? You're telling me it's useless? But it's not useless. This is really damn good, right? This is much better than actually this junk could do. No, not this one, okay? Let's just do this. With same binary, we're gonna copy to the Raspberry. The same binary, can see whether this could work out. Yeah, it works out too. Using Microsoft Visual C++. But it's just, I can compile the same binary now. I can native, whatever, and it all works. So I don't get the complaint. Okay, I really don't get the complaint. Now we can see here the binary here, we can see, yeah. NT file, right? Yeah, that's it. I gotta delete all the files because I don't want to mess it up. Construct. And it only runs Windows X here. It cannot run each other. If we configure the Linux binary, it doesn't work either. If we put back to Android, either. Okay, I'm not going to test it. It's the same thing. Yeah, that's it. So the binary, gonna delete it. Delete the binary here. Because it's ARM here. Oh, what about checking the binary size? I think the binary size of ARM should be larger than x86, right? But x86 should be larger than ARM, right? We're gonna check the binary size. I think it's larger. The same Windows ARM binary. We're gonna compile it. See, I'm just always use client. I don't actually use my fucking MSVC. I don't need it. I don't need MSVC at all. I don't need fucking MSVC at all. CFG Scott 64 MSVC. I want to compare the binary size. MSVC x64. We need to turn on link time optimization, right? x64. Hey. CFGS EH64 Windows MSVC. Did I put my just doesn't matter, okay. Maybe it needs to do this. I'll be able to see. Hey, what's wrong with this Ryzen machine, Ryzen CPU? 31 KB. Maybe let me check x86. How much it is? Yeah, see, even just some small program like this, it's already larger for the same binary. I think they probably get much better with APX, probably, but we are not going to be able to run it because my CPU doesn't support APX. It's actually larger. Okay. So the binary size is just larger. Oh, the library it links to doesn't get optimized right? So it's just the same program with the same tower compile. The x86 is always larger than its counterpart, you know. If your binary size just become larger, that means CPU needs to fetch more instructions. You also have other issues, just put them together. How do you even compete with the battery life? It's just one issue after another issue after another issue after another issue. Some are part of the hardware, some of the chips. People just always think, oh, it's just a chip the problem. Also, we have the software that's also a problem. The operating system, the Windows operating system is also a rather problem. The software part is also a problem of the entire x86 ecosystem because you talk about x86 has an ecosystem of software, but the software has its own issues too. They're just making the binary size, the performance bad because now they cannot break API now. And it's an x86 only issue. You might say it's using Linux, it doesn't have an issue. First, it's not perfect on Linux either. And second, Linux, we do use a lot of Windows application on x86 Linux too, right? Sometimes I use Foobar 2000, although recently I use a Kubernetes web app. So we run a lot of Windows application on Linux too. So it's a universal downgrade. You have gaming. Gaming is basically running on one. So Windows application is a universal, even just Windows, but just so many types of Windows, you know. The one is high too. We have UEFI. The booting also needs the calling convention. So it's a universal downgrade of entire architecture. It's not just, oh, it's Windows only problem. Sure, Windows clearly plays a part, but it just contributes that part of the problem. Yeah. I think, yeah. Any questions? Because, yeah, on this thing. Do you have any questions, Baba? Because since there are 3 viewers, I think there's some latency here, right? I can explain to you on these questions. So Lunar Lake is nowhere as good as people think. Okay. Battery is terrible. Yeah. Any questions? Maybe they're gonna see that. If there's no question, I'm gonna stop the streaming. Because it takes an hour for basically shit reason. Okay, let's just stop streaming. Thank you, everyone. Please subscribe if you want. Stop.